How do you get kids excited about science, technology, engineering, and math? Make learning fun. And rope in some charismatic UVM students to design the lessons and do the teaching. We're learning about UVM Extension's upcoming STEM Ambassadors Showcase today on Across the Fence. Good afternoon, and thanks for stopping by Across the Fence. I'm Keith Silva, in for Amy Finley. When we think about the next generation, we all want them to have prosperous, fulfilling lives, preferably right here in Vermont. And if there's one thing that the Vermont Department of Labor and U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics agree on, it's that jobs requiring a STEM background offer some of the best future opportunities for both wages and job growth in Vermont and around the country. But first, you've got to get the kids hooked, and that's where my guests come in today. Joining me to talk about UVM Extension's STEM Ambassador Showcase, a one-day experiential learning event coming up March 21st at UVM, are Caroline McKelvey and Matthew Krabus. Caroline is the STEM Ambassador Coordinator with UVM Extension, and Matthew is a STEM Ambassador and a UVM Junior studying biology who is currently fine-tuning his lesson plan on animal tracking. Sounds intriguing. Caroline and Matthew, thank you for coming in.
Good to be here. Thanks so much.
Caroline, STEM Showcase, what is it?
Yeah, so the STEM Showcase is an event where we bring youth sign up to come and learn from our STEM ambassadors on the UVM campus. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but it's at the end of March this year.
End of March, March 21st is what I've heard and
Correct.
said. Matthew, how did you become a STEM ambassador?
Yeah, so I've always been really intrigued with youth outreach. Ever since I was a kid, I was a camp counselor at my local high school. And I was a summer camp counselor after freshman year of college. And then STEM has always kind of been an intriguing topic to me. I remember taking like AP Bio classes and a lot of other science classes in high school. And then I was an exercise science major my first year of college before switching into being biology. And I thought, why not merge the two of them together? My sister was a STEM ambassador for a few years. She graduated in 2024 from UVM. But she kind of always told me about this really cool outreach youth kind of program that she was doing. And sadly, I never had a chance to be a STEM ambassador with her. I kind of started it after she graduated in 2024. But yeah, I thought, why not give it a try? I'm very happy I did. I'm going on my second year of being a STEM ambassador.
The Krabus family legacy. STEM
yeah, I guess so, yeah. No longer a rookie. So.
No longer a rookie. I'm just curious because this program has been going for many years. It's been in different things. As you said, your sister was a part of it. You're a college student. You're busy. You've got classes. You're a bio major, for God's sake. Why take the time to tell a third, fourth, fifth grader about STEM?
I think, especially as a biology major and other STEM majors in college, it's so easy to get roped into the tests and kind of the nitty-gritty studying for everything that you tend to forget like why you decided to be this major. It's kind of like the STEM bug, kind of like the reason why you decided to pursue science and pursue everything. And there's something that can be said about wanting to go back to the initial spark in a way. And I feel like it often kind of makes me excited about science again and kind of reminds me like, oh, this is the reason why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to take the 4 tests per semester, but I'm doing this because science excites me. And so, I don't know, it's kind of like, although you're getting kids excited about science, you're also getting yourself excited about science again too. So it makes it kind of worth it. It doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't feel like work. Caroline, did you have a STEM spark?
My STEM spark, I would say, was back in high school. I took a biology class that just really hooked me. It was a human biology class, and then I also got to take an anatomy and science, human anatomy and science class, and that kind of made me dive into the biology world at UVM many, many years ago. I've gone more the natural resources route, which of course is still a science. So that was my spark.
And that's really important because as a communications and English major, I guess I didn't have the spark or I missed the spark or whatever, but it's really important when kids are young, like the two of you just talked about, to sort of capture that imagination because that's how you get future scientists of America.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah. Matthew, you're majoring in bio and minoring in emergency medical services. How are you going to combine those two? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I think so. So like Caroline was saying, she was biology as well too in college. She went more the natural sciences route. It took me a while to decide things. Like I said, I started off as an exercise science major, some more health sciences. I decided I wanted something kind of more broad, so a biology major. But I'm still thinking more in the health sciences route. So right now I'm technically pre-med.
Okay.
And so I'll kind of see where that takes me. I kind of don't like thinking about the fact that I'm in second semester of junior year. The looming end of senior year is very near on the horizon, but that's a summer issue.
That's summer Matthew's problem.
Yeah, that's a summer Matthew problem.
Well, Caroline, tell us what's going to happen at this STEM showcase, and we've got a graphic to put up there with a QR code that if people are interested, they can register. So what are they registering for?
Yeah, great. So let's just background check of like STEM Ambassador Program in general is a partnership between the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences and the College of Engineering and Mathematical Sciences. So there's funding there to hire undergraduate students like Matthew to work with us for a semester or a year-long time period where they're working on these lessons that they're passionate about. They choose them, they design them, they build them with their teammates, and then there's a showcase because we want youth to come to the University of Vermont to take those 1 hour classes at these workshops types of things. So this STEM case is, this showcase is at the end of March 21st. It is for 3rd through 9th grade students. It's only, 2 50-minute workshops. So it's like a 10 to 12:30 event where they can sign up with the link that's provided, which is great, and they get to pick 2 workshops. At the current moment, we have 4 undergraduate student workshops, and then due to a canceled event, we're actually inviting some more presenters from a workshop due to a classic snowstorm in Vermont a couple weekends ago, where we have some UVM professors and other things like that joining the showcase type of thing.
Awesome. So I think one of the things that's interesting about this, Matthew, is that you're not, regardless, fellow summer camp counselor,
Yeah.
You're not babysitting or anything. You've had to plan out a lesson plan and figure out how to educate and entertain and involve and engage all these young people. So it's not just hey, show up for an hour and there'll probably be some pizza at the end.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a cross between the two. So not just are you trying to educate the kids about the topics that you're trying to get across, but you also have to do a little bit of crowd management as well too. I mean, when it's a wide variety of kids and age ranges that we get. We say it's up to 9th grade, but occasionally we get the lone 11th grader that decides to come. And so it's finding a way to be intriguing and entertaining to a 3rd grader and to an 11th grader about the same topic. So when you're teaching, I've taught classes about physics before, physics related, and trying to explain physics in a way that makes sense to a 3rd grader, but in a challenging enough way to an 11th grader can often be quite a challenge.
And I'm sure you do presentations in your classes and things like that, so you're more entertaining your peers, but it's a little bit different when you're talking with younger people.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you're obviously simplifying things as well too, but you tend to have to use more of a theatrical kind of presentation, use the big pictures on the screen, include some videos and stuff. You can't just put up 100 words on a screen and be like, okay, now you're going to read this.
Kids these days, man. Kids these days. Caroline, how do you work with the ambassadors? Do you tell them what you want them to teach?
This is all on them. So we meet once a week on Mondays this year. They have a 1 hour time period to we all gather together. This is where they're saying, this is what I'm passionate about. They choose their teams. They're designing the lesson plan. They give me a list of materials that they would love me to purchase in order to accomplish this task. I would say as the coordinator, maybe my task is more saying, hey, let's make sure that we're not just doing the activity, what science, what physics concept, like Matthew was talking about. Okay, if we're doing catapults, what's a fulcrum and things along those lines. So there's the content as well as the activity.
Okay, so you've got that covered. You're making sure that we're actually learning something and not just. I was thinking, we can go make catapults. That sounds like fun. Animal tracking. Is that the class you're teaching?
Yeah, that's the one I'm teaching. It's me and a fellow ambassador named DT.
Okay, so you and DT are going to be teaching on animal tracking. Are you going to have? Is this going to have some prints or things like that? Can you give us a little preview?
Yeah, I definitely can. I don't want to give away all of the secrets, but so usually STEM Ambassador showcases are kind of that engineering based. So they are, or at least the classes in the showcases. So it's about creating something or building something. But occasionally we have a topic that the ambassadors are really enthusiastic about that you kind of have to work your way around and make it creative to try to find an engaging activity. And so that's what kind of animal tracking was for me and for DT for this semester. So this is all started around a class I'm actually taking on campus right now with a professor named Sophie Mazowitz. And it's going to be we're going to teach the kids about animal tracks for a little bit, and then we're going to go out and we have like a scavenger hunt out in the hallway. So they're going to use the skills and strategies that they use during the lesson plan to try to like deduce like a sleuth, kind of like what tracks they think they are. And then we're going to bring them back into the classroom. We're going to teach them a little bit more, and then we're going to have them design their own footprint and their own animal based off of like these cool characteristics.
Oh, cool.
And so it's still in progress and an experiment, but that is the kind of that's the theory we have going right now.
You got a couple of weeks. We got a couple of
weeks until we have.
We talked a little bit about what got you two interested in STEM, and then how I got passed over totally. If you were your younger selves and you got to go to UVM, to a college campus, that's very powerful, right? I mean, and to learn from a college student. I mean, that is, I want to say 99% of the work, but that's a big part of the work here.
Yeah, I mean, even thinking through, like, it was a big deal when a high school student came to talk to you in the elementary time period, and some, you're not even thinking about college if you're a third, fourth grader at times, or maybe you are because you're so into robotics that you're like, this is what I want to do.
Right.
So yeah, what I love about this is that it is one of the few opportunities where we get to invite youth to a college campus hosted by college students to share, a passion that they have.
When you teach the tracking class, are you keeping in mind that you're going to have, kids of different ages, and creating things that they're going to have to like engage the fourth grader and somebody's third cousin that came as the 11th grader?
Yeah, for sure. That's, I think, one of the most challenging parts, especially about an activity. One of the ways that we kind of tackle that is you have your like base activity that you do at the end that's kind of open-ended. It can take kids as long as they want it to. It can take them as short as they want it to. And so we're trying to figure out kind of how that fits into it this semester. But it definitely is going to take some creative thinking for sure.
Excellent. Well, let's put that graphic back on the screen. It is going to be March 21st at UVM. And there's a QR code there that you can click on. That will bring you to a registration page. Carolyn, is there anything else we need to know about this day?
I think, registration will start a little bit before that. I think we're opening the doors probably around the 9:30 mark. We're looking at between 80 to 100 slots for students joining us at that event, which I think is a great number for us. And again, because we're inviting these outside presenters as we kind of combine two events to provide opportunities to Vermont youth on campus.
So if you have a young person in your life who you think would love taking a class from Matthew or one of the other STEM ambassadors, a reminder, there's the registration on the screen. The showcase is now open, happening March 21st at UVM. Please join us. Caroline and Matthew, thank you so much. It was great talking with you.
Thank you for having us.
Fantastic.
Appreciate it.
Great.
My thanks to some of the best teachers around, the crew behind the scenes here at WCX, who always have something to teach me. Do I take their advice? Stay tuned. I'm Keith Silva. This is Across the Fence. Thanks for being part of our family.